What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is just too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Meehan. Shaun, how's it going?
Hello, friends. Thank you for joining us here today. I am delighted to be with you.
It's much too cordial. If anyone didn't know, Monday, Shaun came on and I say these words lightly, like a fiend. Like a fiend. You were above a devil. Like, you weren't in a devilish mood. You were in a, Jesus, I'm in a pissed off mood.
It's like, Jesus, I will fight any man, any time kind of a mood. Yeah, that was Monday, Shaun. Wednesday, Shaun. All about peace, love, and talking about weird news with my best pal.
Okay, well, look, I'm glad. I'm wondering which one's going to be better, because I felt like Monday I could set you off easier. There's easier content. Wednesday, I'm going to need you... I don't know if I need you angry. I need you as our resident problem solver. You're the one who sees into the weirdness, figures out what's going on.
I'm the fixer. I'm the fixer of weird news, I think. I think that's how I'd like to be known and remembered after I die.
And I'll be honest with you, this week, I think might be one of my favourite selection of news we've had in a long time.
Bold claim, my friend.
Very bold claim. But it was one of those where I seen 3 or 4 that really caught my eye, and I was like, I want to open with that. But I couldn't, because I had a different one that I definitely wanted to open with. Because, Shaun, by the way, just before we get into this week's weird news, Shaun, what is weird news?
Oh, sorry, you have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man too busy achieving enlightenment to look at any weird news.
Wait until tomorrow. For fuck's sake.
Fuck, yeah, me at like 7:30 in the morning. Oh, I want to die. Every single week I check the world, see what's going on with all the weird news, and we bring it to the fine folk. We would really appreciate if you gave this a like, and not subscribe, just a like, or whatever platform you're listening to us. Yeah, and a rating as well. Spotify in particular did ratings recently. Also, I looked at those ratings. We're doing all right, Connor.
Are we doing all right? Are people nice?
Are liking the show. This feels like an off-mic conversation, but we're doing pretty well in terms of
I love when we do admin.
We do admin mid-show.
What do you think we should do next week? Anyway.
Well, we have a Patreon review to do, so we got to plan that out.
Well, we'll work on that now, will we? Let's throw some drafts. So. But Shaun, we are starting this week with the only place that I could have started. This is a story that I feel fits right into our niche, because I think a word that gets thrown at us a lot, or I would say a title that gets thrown at the two of us a lot and on the show. Not handsome, mostly, I will be honest. It's
what? My mother lied.
She didn't lie to me. No, but I said she. Monster Hunters, Shaun. Monster Hunters.
Oh.
He's peaked. His interest.
My interest is peaked. I've also peaked as a human at this discussion.
As a human. But, Shaun, I have locals have spotted another one of our favourite monster hybrids that are roaming the lands of the UK currently.
Don't fuck with me, Connor. Is this an owl man?
It's not an owl man, but
thank God. We can't take 2 of those.
Is one of the heroes of this podcast. We covered a story many years ago, before the pandemic. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, Jesus.
And it was about an owl man that was haunting a village in the UK. And then we also had Dog Man during the UK, or during the pandemic, I should say. But this time we have locals spot mystery 6-foot man goat roaming near village in the early hours.
Man goat. There's something about that, because surely if you're following the naming conventions of monsters, it would be Goat Man. But man goat implies it's mostly goat. It's like Batman, Man Bat. Like, Man Bat is a bat who, like,
he's a man.
Like, he's a man, but he turns into a bat. Batman is a man who dresses up as a bat. So,
there's a level
I think you're
of control there.
Yeah.
But Goat Man, no, Man Goat, excuse me. There's something wild about that.
Shaun, this is a bit of a horror story, so I want you to buckle in. Listeners, I'm pre-warning you, this might be a bit of a scary one, because a 6-foot goat man
it's easy to happen.
in the dead of night has got locals scratching their head shut. At 2 a.m. in the early hours of Sunday.
Can I just say, in a story about goats, scratching their chin would have been a better
scratching their chinny chins. At 2 a.m. in the early hours of Sunday, a resident of the village of Staverton in North Hampshire was shocked, Shaun, to see a large figure in front of them. For a brief moment, their car lights illuminated the creature, highlighting its powerful back legs. Oh, fuck. I'm terrified already.
Fuck, this sounds like the devil, Connor. Like a cloven-hooved traditional devil.
Very important. One of us has to be the skeptic.
Okay, I'd like to... I will decide that later. How about that?
Okay. We'll figure it out as we go. Do more admin. A second later, and the mystery animal, Shaun, and this might be the most shocking part. What happened after a second after they were seen?
They ran away?
They were gone.
Of course.
Not around long enough to get a steady identification, but just long enough for us to know they were there.
That's the thing, because most people have phones nowadays that are very high quality cameras, which are also decent in low light.
Yeah.
But not enough time to take it out, of course. I think I'm deciding to be the skeptic in this.
Okay. Oh, I'm spooked. The baffled spotter took to Mum's net. Fucking hell.
Where all great mysteries are solved.
Who are you going to call? Mum's net. And posting under the name Galloping High Road, asked what they may have seen. The initial message read, "We have been away for a few nights, and we travelled back quite late." Towards the end of our journey, this was about 2 a.m. Bit of context. We were driving along an A road, more unneeded context, in a rural area, more... Look, you're getting the gist. When something crossed the road in front of us, in full headlights, for about 3 seconds, Shaun.
Okay, is there any possibility it was a regular goat? with a shadow cast by the headlights, about 6 feet long, maybe?
I think the user... I think the user Galloping High Road would know a goat from a goat man, Shaun.
This might be a dumb question, but did they have that username before this story happened?
No, I love the idea they made it up.
That just raises further questions, though, because this happened and then they decided to create a Mumsnet account to report on it instead of going to a monster forum.
I thought you were going to say something logical.
No, logic aside, Mumsnet is not I would say, the brain trust you want to get involved in a monster hunt.
If there's a house fire, I don't ring AA. They have a specific specialist subject. There's people for this.
Yeah, AA are about roadside repair, and Mumsnet are about, my husband's a bastard.
I want to catch a mother in a net, I'm assuming. So it was about the height of a person, maybe 6 foot or over, but had short, powerful legs and hips which seemed to move in a circular, fluid fashion, Shaun.
And they just didn't lie. It was Shakira. We were looking at Shakira the whole time.
It was not a deer, because it stood on 2 legs, Shaun. Come on now, right?
Was it a deer on 2 legs?
Did you not just... I feel I'm talking to an idiot here, right? I'm just going to reread what I just said because it clears up all your skepticism.
Yeah, but deers
it was
can stand
not
on two
a
legs.
deer.
Deers can stand up on two legs for a couple of seconds, as this person states. But they saw this
Galloping High Road has told us it was not a deer.
I think a gallop requires 4 legs, so what the fuck is she talking about?
Your Honour, I arrest my case. It was not a deer because it stood on 2 legs. This was in the Midlands, and the area is traditional, rolling fields and woodland. In this particular spot, there were no houses or buildings the nearest is over a mile away, so you could say there was no more eyewitnesses to confirm nor deny this story.
You're getting very close to skeptic territory here, Connor.
No, I'm sorry. No, there's no more people. All those people are unlucky not to have seen the greatness.
Not to have witnessed the greatness of man goat?
Man goat.
Sorry.
Wait, is it goat man? Hang on.
I think it's man goat. It's a goat man? Fuck's sake.
But it was man goat in the headline, but then goat man in the follow up. So it really it's up to yourself.
SEO, you know.
Yeah, you got to cover both of them just in case. He's got to get those grandmas accidentally trying to find like a Batman toy for their little.
I mean, God forbid man goat ever turns to fighting crime and dresses as a bat, because then it's Batman Goat Man.
Yeah,
Bat Goat Man.
It's one of those you couldn't write on Twitter and you'll just run out of characters. Just seen, fuck. You know who I see, just fill it in, it's fine.
Figure it out.
So, we drove back today, as it's only 7 miles from home, to look at the road layout, and whatever it was, moved into a wide bowl-shaped field dropping down to a stream. Any ideas, she says?
Fellow mums.
But Shaun, my question to you is, what could it have been? Because, I mean, clearly it's not a man, it's not a goat, it's not a deer. It's clearly a goat-man hybrid.
That's the most logical conclusion, I'm sure. But what if, instead of a man-goat hybrid, it was a man carrying a very ailing goat to the local vet?
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
It's a very sick goat, Connor. I can't stress this enough.
The next line, by the way, Mumsnet swung into action.
So when Mumsnet spring into action, is it like Assemble Avengers kind of scenario?
Yes.
Or Avengers Assemble, sorry.
No, in this story it does not matter, Shaun. You can swap.
Sorry. It's not Movie Mondays, I'm so sorry.
It's Man Iron. Oh no.
It's Man Iron Bat.
Everybody has to have Bat in their name for some reason. Now look, they all jump into action, right? So they start suggested ideas. What could this be? What animal, what monster roams these roads at night?
I mean, the traditional like Irish thing of the devil is a cloven-hooved man at the crossroads at midnight.
Yeah.
Now, that is quite similar to what happened here on, to use her words, one of the A roads in England at 2 a.m. I guess that's kind of similar. Well,
Mum's net suggestions were it could be a wallaby or a roaming bear.
Is a wallaby an English animal?
No, wallabies are not in England. No, they are very far south. I would say a lot more southeast. Mostly around, around the Australian area of, the world.
They're a member of the kangaroo family, according to National Geographic.
But does it look
those
like a goat?
famed Midland kangaroos.
From North Hampshire. A roaming bear? Someone also said it could be a very skinny bear. We don't know. But then someone also said, what about Slenderman? Nobody's ever thought of Slenderman popping up in North Hampshire.
I feel Martha, who suggested Slenderman, has like a child who's into Slenderman, and that's her frame of reference for everything. Someone
also said a Sasquatch.
But But I feel there's enough cultural relevance that people would be able to identify a Sasquatch immediately. The fact that they said goat, they came out hard being like some kind of goat creature. It's like, it's either a devil or a man carrying a goat, I think, in my head.
They said droopy shoulders, wide hips, etc. at base, but obviously not a bear in the UK, said the original poster. So, Shaun, we're left with this. We have had the very first spotting of our brand new monster hunter, or monster that we were going to hunt, because we have a goat man roaming the lands of the UK.
Can I just say, we're not going to hunt him for sport. We're just hunting for information.
More information. I don't have any guns. More like, hey, what's your deal? Rather than...
What's going on, goat man?
Rather than put your arms up. Which I assume that's how hunting works.
I think you just approach the animal nicely and say, do you want to lie down so I can take a picture with you? That's how it works, right? I would like, what if, okay, as the skeptic in this discussion, what if it's just one of your standard cultists running around wearing a goat skull on his head and he happens to be 6 foot tall?
But as one of your resident, this is definitely true. What if it was a goat man?
I mean, that is compelling as an argument.
Yeah. I mean, it's clearly said dark brown, droopy shoulders, hairy, but 6 foot tall, going in the darkness. Clearly a goat. I mean, she comes down fucking hard on goat.
What if it was... Now, look, I know she said it wasn't a deer, okay? What if it was a deer, but perfectly from the front? So you only see 2 legs. That would be brown, droopy shoulders, cloven hooves at the bottom.
Do you think that this monster, this is the first time they've been sighted in their whole life? Like, they've been living amongst us for all this time, Shaun.
How would they live amongst us, though?
I mean, I've seen enough horror movies to know, I mean, top hat, big coat, go to the movies. Have you ever seen any sort of, American shows? That's exactly how they hide among us, Shaun.
I think you're talking about the film adaptation of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, I believe.
That would be that was the exact adaptation I had in mind. Yes,
the exact frame of reference. Yeah. I don't think that this is like I think it's a classic case of mistaken identity. That this is just a regular animal that's been perceived differently.
They think this is a Sasquatch, but in fact, it's a man goat.
It's a man goat. It's a man. It's part. He's all man. He's all man.
He's all man.
He's all man.
But he's a little bit of goat.
A little bit of goat in there. I think it's a regular animal that they've seen from a weird angle and they were sleep deprived at 2 a.m. after driving home from a holiday.
I can't believe, right, that you know what, in the horror movie you're the first to die. That's what you are.
I hope so. I don't want to live through that trauma. That's ridiculous.
Kill me.
Kill me. End me. Scream, mask wearer.
You'd be like chasing him. He's chasing somebody else. You're like, wait for me.
I don't even want to die like Chris Hemsworth in Cabin in the Woods. Like, I just want like a boring, knife to the back and I'm gone. That's it.
You go out to like the greenhouse or like the shed late at night and he's always like you're having a smoke late at night. Like, have to have this before I go to sleep. And then that's when you get taken.
Yeah.
That's when you get taken.
And then I feel a hand on my shoulder and I think it's like you telling me to come back inside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Connor, I'll be back in a minute. And I turn around and gasp and then I die off screen. That's what I want.
And then everyone's like, where's Shaun? He's been outside for ages. He said he was going out for some air. And you're the start of something's not right in this cabin in the woods.
Someone's just disappeared in this remote cabin in the woods.
Why did we come here with Killer Joe?
I think as far as Mumsnet solving crimes goes, I don't think this is in their wheelhouse, I will be honest.
Who do we send this to? Because there's clearly a man-goat roaming the streets.
Monster Hunter Net, surely.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. There has to be a Reddit for monster hunters, surely.
Yeah. Or just like r/Slenderman. That's probably a thing. Just post it there and be like, is this Slenderman? And then at least it narrows it down a little bit.
Contact the developers of Slenderman. Did you send him out on this night?
Is this a weird marketing campaign for Slenderman 2?
Just know that this monster's out there and it's roaming the place. And people know about it. It's definitely a grand cover-up. People are trying to hide its existence to other people.
But who, though? Because the place he was spotted, I'm assuming it's a he as in terms of monsters, but the place, like, it's very remote. There's no one around to hide the secret, surely.
Why is there nobody around? Because he's killed them all and deconstructed their home so it looks like a field. He's ultimately more of a construction worker than he is a killer. But he's just there for the DIY.
That's true. And the land preservation, of course. He doesn't want the place to become gentrified and metropolised.
He's the opposite of DIY SOS. He hates Nick Knowles.
He's like DIY...
Kill.
Kill. I was going to say DIY kill, but I didn't want to commit to that. But then you came right in and said DIY kill.
We'd both be the first date in our room.
Absolutely. We'd kill each other on accident before the killer even showed up.
No, one of us would kill the other one and go, oh no, what's after happened? Then we'd turn around and then we'd be killed by the killer. That would be the way.
Yeah.
Hey man, could you help me cover this crime up?
And then he kills you and you're like, that's fair enough. I asked you to do a very unfair thing just now.
I deserve that now.
A bad man.
You did now. I'm going to go to sleep. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. So we're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun. First, we have goat man. We follow that up with a storyline that I think if we'd ever talked about on this show, I think we'd be doing a disservice to the listeners, because this is literally designed. The story is designed for us, because I have giant bear known as Hank the Tank has burglarized another Lake Tahoe home. 40 break-ins since July.
It's a bear on a crime spree?
Hank the Tank is on a crime spree, Shaun.
He's Hank the Tank, the cat burglaring bear.
Yes.
Jesus, this is amazing. This is the best thing to happen to this podcast since Florida.
Hank the Tank, a big bear notorious for wreaking havoc in residential neighbourhoods, has hit another home. He's
on a crime spree.
How many pounds is he? £500. He's Hank the Tank. The £500 bear is known in the area for breaking into homes and eating people's food. Now being blamed for 40 break-ins since July of last year. He's a bit of a crime lord.
That's a lot of break-ins.
So it's too many.
I get, but who do you send? Who do you send to look after a bear?
The image of someone picking up the phone after you've been robbed and you're hovering over, you call 999, they're like, hey, what service you? I don't know.
A fire brigade, maybe?
A fire brigade man with a gun?
But I would just be certain that the police cannot handle this, surely. The handcuffs aren't big enough.
No, he's a tank. They wouldn't even be big enough for a normal bear.
Yeah, Hank the Tank implies he is bigger than your average bear.
Well, he's £500, Shaun. That is quite large.
How much is that in euros?
In stone, you mean? I'm going to say £500 is 25 stone as a guess.
I will solve this right now. £500. So you divide by 14 to get stone. And you're talking 35.7 stone.
35. He's Hank the Tank.
He is. I don't want to come up against Hank the Tank on a night out, I will be honest. What's he stealing? Is it just food or is it jewellery?
He's decked out with rings and bling. Oh man, this is what we call a severely habituated bear. Meaning this bear has lost all fear of people, and it is associating people with food and food sources, says Peter Tyra with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Okay, Peter has been drafted in because he's the one like closest related to deal with this.
And he's like, he takes off his glasses and just like pinches the bridge of his nose like every day. Like, how do we stop this bear?
It's like, I got into this for the fish, guys. Like, now I'm solving bear crime.
I love eels. I don't like bears, lads.
I specifically told them I don't want to work with bears.
Police say he carried out his most recent break-in by entering a home through a window. They say officers banged on the outside of the home until Hank popped out of the back door.
What? Sorry, did the police know that they were knocking on the door of a bear home at this point?
Oh, at this point, it's his home, yes. One.
Yeah,
two,
yeah. Just give that to the bear.
I feel like for all of Hank's qualities as a criminal, I would say stealth is not one of them. So when he breaks in, I would assume he's very easily heard. And upon that, you would call the police. The police show up, they see the bear in the place, they knock on the window, get out. He strolls leisurely out the back door. He's done his work. He's gotten his food. Hank the Tank is away.
You know, yeah, and he knows the police. He's got diplomatic immunity because he represents the bear people. Or just the bears, surely, not the bear people.
No, and the bear people.
The bear goat men. Yes, of course. But also he snuck in through a window. I say snuck. I don't imagine he gently lifted the window and clambered inside.
I would say he takes a few steps back, full force run, head first straight through the window.
Yeah, I think that's more accurate as to how Hank got in the house. But then he let himself out the back door as well. Yeah. So,
I think he gets more civilized the more he steals. I think at the start he's ravenous, right? Yeah. And then once he has a bit of food, then he makes himself a tequila or a cocktail or something, and he maybe settles in for the evening.
He's got like a smoking jacket and a pipe, and he's just like, "Gentlemen, come in. I've arranged a charcuterie board for you."
He's reading poetry out loud, and then when he arrives, he's just bloodthirsty for food.
But once he gets like one ramen noodle into him, he just becomes the most cultured bear there's ever been. And then like backup arrives, and then the original police officers are like sitting on the carpet listening to him tell his stories.
The guys are like knocking on the window. Guys, get out of there. He's pretty cool though, to be fair.
Come on in, boys. Come on. We've got Merlot. Come on.
Let's hear him out. Let's see what he wants to say. So they've talked to a few of the residents, one being Olivia Phillip of the area. 40 break-ins. Is that more than... July, 40 break-ins. It's more than one a week. So 52 would be one a week. Yeah. So it's definitely more. It's like 1.3 a week. It's really scary, she says. Because we used to be able to go on walks and bike rides by ourselves, but it's become a bigger problem. So now we bring the bear horn wherever we go on walks or bike rides.
Bear horn?
It's funny though, because the more you go on bike rides, ironically with your bear horn, the more empty houses you leave for Hank to infiltrate.
Yeah, I would say if his MO is attack an empty house, you need to get more bear horns and like link them up to the house, not just leave. You need to do carry your bear
the Bart Simpson megaphone. You need to connect 9 of them together at once because it takes a lot more than one. Bear horn. Because it's Hank the Tank.
Like that, but maybe look, and this is probably an example of privilege, but I've never had to consider owning a bear horn myself. What kind of operation are we looking at?
There's no animals in Ireland, so we don't know.
No, we don't have to scare off anything. Like at the most, it's a pigeon. And even with that, like, we don't really try that
And
hard.
they're bastards, but they're not harmful.
I'm convinced we've ruined pigeons as humans. Because they just have no fear anymore. Have I? Okay, good. They have no fear of us anymore. It's ridiculous. So, sorry, I just googled a bear horn, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing I see is this massive siren. And I'm like, God, they're carrying that everywhere. And then I clicked further into the image and it had been cropped. Oh. And it's literally the size of a man's thumb is this bear horn.
Oh, we're going to get that bear good.
Oh, he's not going to know what hit him. Like, do you put that inside the bear? Is that how that works?
Inside the bear? Where inside the bear?
Down his throat, surely.
Yeah, of course.
Because it'll be a big dramatic moment. You're in the bear's clutches. He's growling, mouth wide open.
Oh, he's about to eat you.
Bear horn down the throat.
No, you slip the bear horn into an apple. And then when he's eating your food, it's inside him. And then every time he takes a breath, he scares himself. Gives himself a little yelp.
The bear's going to kill you, right? So you're like, bear, please, I've prepared this lovely dinner for two here. And you serve him like there's 2 steaks and they're beautifully done. And then the bear, being clever, swaps the plates because he thinks you're trying to do him in. And you're like, no, that's fine. And so you start eating. And then the bear eats it. But you had pre-swapped the plates.
Oh, shit, it's double bluffing. You're double bluffing the bear.
I double bluffed that bear because I'm a human and he's a bear.
Saying that, though, you, in your story, assumed he was smarter than you to think that you were tricking him to then swap it.
No, I never said he was an idiot. I just said I'm smarter than him.
I'm really smart. He's only a little smart.
This is like a Yogi Bear level of smartness kind of
bear. Well, here's the issue, Shaun. Because the Bear League, a non-profit wildlife rescue group, does not want Hank to be killed. I would say just because he's a legend. But rather
I don't want Hank to be killed.
But rather
I don't want most people to be killed.
Good. But rather take it, most people, by the way, I did not go past me there.
Just want to stress that,
yeah. But rather take it to a sanctuary where they hope to take him in Colorado.
That's fine. They need to get him to us. Like, they need to be the ones to put in the legwork and get him to a sanctuary.
There's the thing. So they're like, you're not allowed to kill him. You have to get him to a sanctuary. And everyone in that area is like, have you ever tried to fucking get a bear to somewhere he doesn't want to go?
When he's getting 40 houses every 6 months full of prime real estate.
Like, he's robbing houses on it, like, every 4 days, and he's getting full grub. Like, he's getting full 3-course meals in every house he goes into. Why would he want to leave unless we take him out? And we can't because he's a tank.
And the sanctuary are just like, no, but he should live in like a preserve where he can be safe. And the townspeople are like, that's fine, but someone has to take him there.
The department has even set traps in the area in hoping they're catching the big bear, but they have since been removed after a public outcry, which, I mean, okay, but what are the traps? Is it just like a massive hole in the fucking ground? Because if he hits the ground after a fall, there's a small earthquake going to happen somewhere in America.
The man, he is a tank of a bear, that's true. Like, unless it's a very big box with a stick holding it up, and then like the bear walks in, and all of the townspeople at once pull on a rope. Stick comes away, box comes down.
I like the idea they drag you in as the expert, and they're like, "We've been trying for months to catch this bear." You're like, "Big box, piece of string." Has anyone thought of this?
Does anyone have any chalk and a chalkboard by any chance? And then they wheel in the chalkboard and I drag my nails along it. And I'm like, you want a bear? I'll get you a bear.
Dead or alive? No, we want him alive. Oh, right.
Right.
Oh, does anyone have a bigger box?
I will need a second chalkboard, please.
Someone to give you like a wiper, and you're like, no, get me a second chalk.
It's dead to me.
You set fire to the wrong board.
Shaun, we have Hank the Tank. He's on the loose. People like him, but they're scared. They're scared of what he will do next. He's unpredictable because he's a bear. What do we do with Hank?
I think you need to lean into it, right? The bear clearly wants commodities that a human house can provide. So what if we built, hear me out here, what if we built Hank the Tank his own house, and he can just, and we stock it like every four or 5 days. Delivery truck rolls up, a lot of salmon, a lot of,
and we put the house on on a truck, right? And so he walks into the house. We let him live there for a week or two. Let him get integrated. He has a shower every morning. He goes off to work. He comes back, has his lunch, has his dinner.
What's Hank's job?
Set up him with maybe a Netflix account, Amazon Prime account. We want them to have the whole works, right? I want them settling in the evening, have a bit of a me time.
Watching some Bear Grills. Or as he calls it,
Bear
Grills.
This guy gets me. He keeps saying. But then when he's real settled, we get the truck, lights up, middle of the night. We drive up the Colorado. So all the doors lock. We lock him in, bring him there. It's just a bigger version and way more expensive than Big Box Stick.
But that house, that's gonna appreciate value over the years, you know. You're talking California property, Con. And look, I don't mean to be grim about this. Bears can't live forever, right? So the town all invests in the house, right? Every citizen gives, I don't know, 10 grand towards it.
Easy. Like everyone has 10 grand lying around.
Everyone has it just lying around
for a
casually.
Bear.
Yeah, and then you build the bear a house. The house then gets moved to Colorado.
Sorry, Susan, you won't be going to college. I have to build a bear a house.
But this is Hank, and Hank is a very special bear. So you move the house to Colorado, plop it down there. You get Colorado property now. Skyrockets in value. 10, 15, 20 years, Hank unfortunately passes on. No kids. No one to pass on the house to. You what?
No descendants.
No descendants at all. And so no one pass the house on to. It goes into the hands of the government, where it's rented out for a ludicrous price, but the town still technically owns it. And every citizen, who is now, I would say, in their 80s, is now getting a very small...
0.3%.
0.3%, very small percentage of profit overall.
So
also,
your plan,
not getting burgled.
Your plan is invest 10 grand now, build a house for a bear, and ultimately you might get $300 20 years from now.
It's a safe investment. It's the safest investment I'll ever offer to anyone, folks.
You're a hedge fund manager currently.
And then if we build this monorail, well...
Let me do a quick song about the monorail. Look, Hank the Tank, he's on the loose, Shaun. I'm sure we'll have updates on how to get rid of Hank, but he's still burglarising homes. He's unstoppable. He's a tank. He's 35 stone or whatever he is.
35 stone, 500 pounds.
Yeah. It's almost too much to handle. But Shaun, there's only one way to move on from that, because we've had, remember what I said, I had 3 stories that I really enjoyed this week that we could have started off with.
Yeah.
Well, we're on to our third one, because Shaun, this one you'll also know by the headline. It was designed for us, because I have beauty spot haunted by rude woman in white ghost who tells people to fuck off.
This isn't a ghost. This is a human.
So this is a story from 6 months ago. What happened was, this has started happening 6 months ago. It got a bit of traction and it's come back up this week. It's happened again, Shaun, because locals are claiming a potty-mouthed ghoul appearing as a woman in white has been telling people at a popular spot to fuck off.
I mean, what's... I'm going to need more information, but what kind of spot is this? Is this like where the teens hang out?
The rude apparition is said to haunt an area known as Dead Woman's Ditch at Overstowe.
Right. Okay, right, they named the ditch quite well there, didn't they?
Dead Woman's Ditch.
Also, if this wasn't haunted, that's a grim fucking name for any place. Dead Woman Ditch.
What should we call this area of land? Well, Freedom Ditch.
What's happened around there? Gosh, let me think.
It does get a bit muddy. We could call it Muddy Ditch. No, that's fucking weird. That's weird. Do you remember that woman? Do you remember a few years ago? You know the young one? She died.
I do. Yeah. Oh, very sad. Very sad.
Yeah. Dead Woman's Ditch. Dead Woman's Ditch. Now we'll call it.
Oh, it does. It does have a ring to it. Surely. Did your parents ever have that growing up? Is that if you didn't respond to like a phone call or something like that, it'd be like, oh, you could be dead in a ditch somewhere.
Why is always in a ditch? It's always in a ditch.
I never died peacefully. I've always been horribly murdered.
And then the change in the underwear if you got hit by a bus, but you're going to shit yourself anyway if you die, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah,
or wearing odd socks. Like, if you're brought into hospital and they have to cut your shoes off. It's like you'd be wearing odd socks.
Cut your shoes! Oh no, his shoes!
Not his Air Jordans.
Not these Doc Marten Air Jordan combo he has.
Oh, they couldn't cut through the docks, surely.
Ghost hunters were called to Quintock Hills in Somerset, Shaun. They got ghost hunters in, as the rude apparition is said to haunt the area and is known to have been shouting and swearing at tourists. I mean, it's terrifying.
It is quite terrifying, especially for the tourists. But, like, if I know one thing about ghosts, it would be that this ghost has some unfinished business, you know?
For telling people to fuck off.
I just don't know what's so special about the spot, like, that people are hanging out there, you know? Is it like Makeout Point that all the American films have?
Ah, yes. Dead Woman's Ditch.
Do you know what really gets the ladies in the mood? Oh, we're going to drive up to Dead Woman's Ditch, baby.
Just me and you, all alone in Dead Woman's Ditch.
I'm going to go there. I'll take you. No, don't tell anyone where you're going.
That's right, I'm the Tinder swindler. But murder version.
Oh, that's very sinister, Connor.
The site on the Quintock Hills was named after the murder of Jane Walford by her husband John in 1789. There's a bit of history for you.
Right.
Couple Christine and Dave Thomas, who were avid ghost hunters, launched an investigation into the paranormal being back in 2021, Shaun, because it's fucking weird.
Right.
Christine claims she was shouted at and told to fuck off by the nasty and evil spirits.
I feel like ghost hunters are looking for ghosts in every aspect of everything that ever happens to them. So when they're like hanging out on what is probably someone's land and a lady tells them to fuck off, they're like, well, surely no mortal would tell us to leave. Has to be a ghost.
She says she and her husband Dave picked up on a voice before being rudely told to leave. The pair claimed to have had other encounters there with the ghost of a murderer from 1798. That's the husband, Shaun.
Yeah, but that's been solved, lads. Like that, we know who did it.
There is definitely something there, said Dave. My wife has experienced it for a long time. There are two types of voices.
People keep telling her to fuck off.
I do every day. She sticks around. There's the residual memories being replayed, which people pick up on without being able to communicate with. And the second voice, then there are voices you can interact with, which you can have an exchange with, which can answer questions such as, he didn't say this, but I'm filling in the gaps. Who are you? Fuck off. I think that's an acceptable response.
I think that's, I think you're fairly okay in assuming that. I went to coffee with a ghost hunter once. Did I ever tell you this?
this is literally not something you've ever told me, and I'm mad that it's after taking 170 whatever episodes to get here. But as Weird News co-host, Shaun, you went to lunch with a ghost hunter.
Yeah, for a while I was going to do a documentary about ghosts in Ireland and supernatural places in Ireland.
We should still do that documentary, by the way.
I think that's absolutely something we should talk about after the show, maybe. But just us in haunted places would be ridiculous because neither of us believe in it. But I went to coffee, lovely, like really nice guy. And I was just asking him about what are like some elements of ghost hunting or like ghosts or supernatural that people might not understand. And he just turns around and he says, well, the first thing to know is that orbs are bullshit.
Oh, good. So, that's good.
That's good. So you know those photos where like floating orbs show up and people are like, oh, it's ghosts.
Yeah.
It was he would have been great for the documentary because he was like fully... He broke it down and was like, no, it's refraction of light through cameras. That's why that's not real evidence of ghost hunting.
But see,
which made him feel more credible.
Yeah, because he believes in what he believes in, but there's other bits he's like, that's fucking bullshit, man. That's like, my favourite is the psychics, when people go to psychics and they're just like, no, this one's a real one. Like, I'm aware that there are shit ones.
There are absolutely people who are just liars.
But this one that they've interviewed in the newspaper, Derek Okora seems to know what he's talking about.
He told me something would happen to me eventually, and then it did. So, I don't know, guys.
But, like, here's the thing. They've said that there's some people leave weaker barriers than others and are more likely to come across into this universe. Other locals have also reported having seen a ghost there. One said, unnamed, when I was about 17 on my way home from work, driving along a cold road, I saw a bright white figure on the side of the road, so I slowed down. It appeared to be a woman, completely dressed in white, old-fashioned clothing. I couldn't take my eyes off as I drove past. I couldn't bring myself to turn around to have another look. I just drove home in complete shock. What is not mentioned is she's giving him the middle finger as he goes past.
And mouthing the words, fuck off.
Like, fuck you, fuck your family, fuck your friends, fuck off.
See, what's terrible about that story is that man was driving home in the 1700s and he could have actually stopped the murder had he just turned around. Yeah. You hate to see it.
You don't see that often.
This man was also a ghost, it turns out.
Another also said, I've seen what looks like a tall figure with a long dark coat on the outside of the pub, on the edge of the road. Checked back and no one was there when I looked back, Shaun. So ultimately a different ghost altogether.
Because that ghost, it's like... This lad just came up to the news reporter.
I have a ghost story.
I've seen a different ghost, but it's also a ghost, so here I am. Also, if anyone's ghost appears as you're leaving the pub after a night out,
I can only assume you're pissed.
You're absolutely hammered and you saw a woman in a coat.
Now, look, I mean, in what world... I don't want to be a skeptic, Shaun, because I know you truly believe in all this stuff.
Of course.
Is there a scenario here where there's somebody hiding in a ditch telling people to fuck off?
But, that is very possible. But what do they want out of it?
Well, there's ghost hunters in their area, tourists in their area. Maybe they're very against new people coming in. Maybe they like the way it is. They want to get all the newcomers out.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they're like kind of a somewhat hot fuzz kind of thing where it's a secret society.
I'm trying to think of the chant. It's not one of us.
It's the greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good. For the greater good. It could be like that, and that they're trying to preserve the town in its original state. Could also be the family of one of the ghost hunters just fucking with them. Like
really doesn't like them.
Yeah, if that ghost hunter, if he has a brother who is like 15 all of his friends are fucking with him all of the time. Guaranteed.
Non-stop following him around, dressed in sheets, just like constantly pushing shit over and running away.
Oh, that man can't change a bed in his own house without being absolutely mocked.
Shaun, I just feel like if there's a ghost in the UK that we haven't hunted down, it's still out there. This lady's telling people to fuck off. And I just feel like, what about the kids? What if they get caught in this madness and they get told to fuck off just willy-nilly?
I mean, I'll be honest. As kid, like, they should fuck off, Connor. They've been told to leave by an adult. That woman's 300 years old.
Listen to your elders, kids.
It's like, but Dad, she said she'd kill me and slit my throat in my sleep. But she's older than you, Tommy.
It's going to be called Dead Tommy's Ditch now in a fucking minute if you don't go home, Tommy.
I'd love if that's like a local threat. Just like I'll change it to Dead Your Name Ditch.
That's like a very mother thing to do when you're really young and they're just like, you're like, they want you to go to bed. And they're just, maybe it's just Irish mothers. I don't know. But it's like you could say something stupid like, oh, I just want a drink of orange juice. I'll orange juice you. Now in a minute.
Anything's a threat. Any noun, any verb, any adjective is turned into a threat.
I'll dead woman's ditch you now in a second, right? If you're not fucking careful.
I'll podcast you. Like, it's a very easy threat to make.
Shaun, I feel like we need to move on because we haven't got to Florida and the show is nearly over.
My God. And
I feel like there's only one place to end this week, and that's on Florida man who is currently in jail. But
they caught him already.
Oh, he's already in jail, but now he's double in jail because incarcerated Florida man sends bomb threat to courthouse and attorney with his name and return address on the letter.
What? Why?
Florida man
in prison.
Better just sign my name. What's the code? What's the code for the prison? Does anyone know? Like the exact address?
Postcode.
Yeah.
What's the postcode for my cell specifically?
On Thursday at 12:08 p.m, employees at the Hernando County Courthouse in Brooksville advised law enforcement that they had received a letter in the mail that indicated a bomb was placed at the courthouse. Oh,
pretty
shit.
Grim.
That's
not good news, lads, for the courthouse.
That's pretty grim. So deputies obviously proceeded to conduct a thorough search of the courthouse and the surrounding area. Deputies located nothing in the courthouse.
Good.
There was
Thank
nothing
God.
there. But, Shaun, what they did find, they took another look at the letter that had arrived. And the return address on the envelope listed the name as Timothy A. Kidd as the sender. The courthouse was, of course, immediately aware of who Timothy A. Kidd was.
You know Timmy. He's gas crack.
So they found a small device. So they had to have to call in the devices team who came out to examine it, and it turns out it was completely safe. It was removed from the area anyway. But
he had sent them an iPod Shuffle, I believe.
And the courthouse was reopened to the public several minutes later. While the search was occurring, detectives were not only able to locate, but also drive directly towards inmate Timothy Kidd.
Because where's he going to go?
He's stuck in a room.
He's in prison.
To which they said, Timothy, did you write that letter? The investigation revealed Kidd had actually sent the letter threatening to bomb the attorney's office and the courthouse. Now, it was not said why. It was just said he didn't like that attorney. Maybe it was the attorney going against him. He didn't like the courthouse. So
had a few issues with the man.
Florida man's in jail. How do I intimidate somebody into letting me off? Well,
that's the thing, because I can't confront him in person.
But here's the issue.
Jail.
Here's the issue. If you send that letter and you just say there's a bomb here, that doesn't get across the blackmail of it all. you need to know. He needs to know who it's from.
Yeah,
so,
he wants to know the personal side of the story.
Exactly. So he's like, well, I'm going to be smart about this. I'm not just going to write the letter saying there's a bomb in the place, you better let me out. I'm going to have to let them know who I am. Otherwise, we're going to be letting every Tom, Dick and Harry out. So there's no point to it all.
But I'm already in prison, so like they can't do anything worse.
They can't double arrest me, can they?
Isn't that what that movie Double Jeopardy's about or something?
He has now been held and incarcerated again on an attempted murder charge.
Oh shit!
Florida man has gone and goofed.
What was he in for originally?
I hope it was something really fucking minor.
It was something so small.
Yeah.
Like tax evasion or something like that.
He was also charged with making a bomb threat and 2 counts of written threats to kill.
Is that a crime? Because I owe some group chats some apologies, I think, in that case.
Sorry, Mom. Fine, I'll have beef for dinner.
Beef is fine. I'd say like 6 months later.
Yeah, I want chicken. I'll kill you. I'll kill me. I don't care.
I'll kill every chicken in here.
Shaun, what do you think of Florida man's plan? Because I feel like he wants to get the fear aspect, but he's ruined himself.
See, Florida man always does this to me, because that's a terrible thing to do, right? To threaten a bomb, to threaten someone's life, all bad. But there's an element of honour to it, because he did sign his name. Like, he really stood behind what he was proposing here.
He said it with a chest. He's like, there's a fucking bomb there, and I'm not trying to hide from it. I planted it. I want you to know that.
Yeah, it's like a call-out video, but in prison. Where it's like, yeah, I'm the one who did this. Come at me. I want you to.
Whereas in prison, you're meant to be like laying low. Like, I don't want to I'll be on good terms. I'll get away early.
Good behaviour. I'll get out of here early. 5 years, be grand.
And then I can attack the attorney. No. Bomb threats now, and then we'll sort it out. They won't be able to ever pin it on me. Sure, they can't pin it on me. Sure, they won't even know where I am.
Yeah. I'll
escape.
I'll escape prison before they find the bomb. Oh, very good. Very good, Timmy.
They said it took a whole hour to check the whole courthouse of the bomb, which they couldn't find anything other than the small device that they were suspicious of, but turned out to be nothing.
Turned out to be just someone had dropped their phone or something.
So did he actually plant anything? Or is it even worse, he said he planted something without planting anything?
I think he said he planted something without planting anything, because I don't think this man could arrange for something to be planted outside the courthouse.
Due to the fact that he's in jail, so it's quite tough.
Exactly, his movements are about as limited as they can be at the minute.
The worst place to attempt to commit a crime.
Yeah, specifically one that involves a different location than the prison.
Unless you're Joker in Batman.
But we can all be Joker in Batman.
If you want to bring a phone in through another man's stomach, that's fair enough. I'm willing to accept that. But letters out, just willy-nilly. Now, I love the idea at the end of the letter, he's like, could you respond in kind with another letter letting me know how it went? Because I'm in cell 27, second floor. Just send it there, the guards will get it to me. Don't worry about it.
They'll know who it's for.
They'll know who it's for. I'm the only kid here. I'm the only Timothy Kid. I'm the only one here. It's honestly
Timmy
easy.
the Kid, they call me. Well, that's what I call myself. I'm hoping it catches on. If you could address the letter to Timmy the Kid,
it'll really help my gang-related status.
my cred will go through the roof. Can you tell I can talk prison, Connor?
I want to be best friends with Johnny the Adult. So I'm going to be Timmy the Kid. We're going to start our own gang.
Yeah, Johnny the Adult. Johnny the Adult is somehow his younger brother.
And Slick Nick, who's Hank the Tank.
If Hank the Tank's in prison, I think
everyone's bowing down to Hank
from now on.
Oh yeah, he walks in, he looks around and he doesn't have to say anything. It's like he walked into the biggest dog in the yard.
Well, he can't because he's a bear.
He's a bear as well.
Bear,
but he's like, how did they get you? Well, they built a fake home. They drove it away.
Townsfolk really made, about $300 each, I'll be honest. But
they're in debt $9,700 each, to be honest with you.
But I'm insulted, I'll be honest.
Shaun, I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
Those are some serious headlines to just hit me with on a Wednesday afternoon.
I mean, sometimes you get a good week.
It happens. It has been known to happen in the 170-something weeks we've
normally
been doing this
we have
show.
them spread out. Like, normally you only get one or two of those a week. But to get a ghost that tells people to fuck off, hang the tank, and, I mean, you've got Florida Man, he's up to devilment as well. And Ghost Man.
It's all a strange combination, but I'm so happy you delivered. Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yes, please.
Thanks everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesday. We are so grateful to all of our patrons over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Special shout outs, of course, go to Waffles, Professional Ball Kicker, and Golden Cube Enthusiast. Get boosted, wear a mask, please just be nice, love you. I was thinking about that one, and if people haven't listened to your Hero or Zero talking about royalty-free comic book characters, the Professional Ball Kicker thing just sounds like Waffles is really aggressive.
Or he loves football.
Or it could just be regular balls that are being kicked.
He just loves it.
I just like myself.
Of course.
Thank you also to Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe Burney, Róisín the wife Palmer, Ryan Right Time Evanson, Shaun Groyer Mo for a bro Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah Florida Gal Green, Anna Hjelmroos, Lil Dicky. As civilization started to rebuild, the tales were viewed as historical fact. McGrew, Danny McLaughlin, Ray, I can't believe Wanda did this, Sammy DeLucia, and Michelle wishing Ronan Brown a very happy 10th birthday. So, thank you all for the continued support. We really do appreciate it. Head over to Patreon if you want to support us over there. Other ways to support the show, there is a merch store link below. Twitter is @Heroes for Hire Pod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. Or you can email any questions or queries to heroesforhire_@outlook.com. But, of course, the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So, I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Shaun.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.